myself teacher. And the 100 helps. One. Y'all like my 100? Hey. What? Hey, we got a sweet show for y'all today, baby. Listen. Y'all, I can't contain myself. I'm so excited. I'm feeling like the pointers today. I'm so excited. And I can't sing, but I'm feeling like that day because I have somebody real special. Real special. But before I let him tell us who he is, check this out. I want to share with you a quote by George Eliot. And he says, "It's not too late to be who you should have been." I'm going to run that for you one more again. It's not too late for you to be who you should have been. It's not too late. So before I call these my ring the alarm reminders, I have just a few quick reminders. And then, y'all, I got a volcano, a live one, a real one today on the show. Woo! Y'all know I had to hit my Ric Flair woo. All right. So we finna go on ahead and we gonna talk about this and we finna get right into it. I got me some new sound effects, y'all. How you like me now? You hear that alarm? Let's go. You hear that alarm though? Woo! Yo, it's May. I want y'all to get y'all move minutes in. We're doing a move minute challenge. So I'm challenging you. Commit to, you can do at least 20 minutes. Oh no, our body at least 20 minutes. And you could exceed that. Any that we have on social media this month, I just want you to join in your move minutes. We trying to collectively collect 10,000 move minutes from the community. It's 10,000 minutes. Tribute to our 1,000 minutes. That's what you got to do. I want you to move your body in May. Move minutes. So I have to ring the alarm. So next, I introduce to you guys someone who needs no introduction. Mr. As I said, like the commentator said, my mic not live, but I got a 10. Mr. Alex, the Volcano, Desir. Woo! How are you doing today, brother?
Wow. This is amazing. Wow. What a wonderful afternoon. Thank you, God, for your blessing and for having me in your show. How are you doing?
I am doing, listen, I'm feeling like Ric Flair, Black Daughter. I'm feeling like, woo! That's how I'm feeling today. Got that energy going.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like a champ today. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, tell us, I know, you've definitely been a pro athlete most of your life. I know you have some other things, some passions that you're into now. So just give us a little bit of back, story on you. You have children, your family, or, any of that good stuff that makes us human.
Yes, indeed. I'm from Venezuela, I'm born in Caracas, Venezuela, in South America. And from a young age, I got involved in martial arts. I used to like basketball when we have to move, due to the fact that, uncertainty in life, so, how they say, you got to roll with the punches. And my sister got me involved with Taekwondo.
Yes, sir.
And that's how I began, this amazing journey. I became national champion at the age of 14. And I kept, winning, year after year after 18. And then the Americans, the President Reagan of the United States, and his State Department invited me to America. So, I had no idea we were being invaded.
like
Yeah,
that.
that's what's up. They have this thing that they love to have great people in this country. And as I came to United States, I'm coming to realize that, how fortunate am I, how worthy are we that we've been given this amazing opportunity. It's like God working through people, and it's like God knew what was going to happen in Venezuela today is invaded by Russia, yeah, by communism, and it's not made by Venezuelan. This is like a design thing by Russia, and it's unfortunate that the world haven't seen what's going on over there. The point is that I've been given this chance back in the 80s to come out here and and train and fight. They told me that I can become a national champion of some sort and make movies and it's like I come to find that it's true. I was #1 in the world from '87 to 1994. I have 36 features. I started like stuntman. I'm also a character actor, and so I make a lot of movies and action, action flicks. It's been an amazing roller coaster for me. I have 4 children, 3 girls and 1 boy, and I love them all, and they love me to pieces. I have 2 grandkids. Okay, go figure. It's like amazing. But things wasn't.
I got
Thing wasn't that. It wasn't that easy. It wasn't that easy to really be where I am today with this joy in my heart. There was a time when when I remember they told me, you get happy by having a powerful place in the world. You make money. You have the wife and the kids in the house, on the beach and whatnot. And I did that. I worked very, very hard to develop a life in which I can find myself content and satisfied. So I fought my way through it. I bodyguarded. I forgot that too. I also make movies and had a house in New York, 2 in Los Angeles, one in Maui, Hawaii, But I also remember feeling like crap inside, and although I got all these great friends and all this stuff, all these things, I felt like a whole of frustration inside of me. I don't know about you, but it's like something was missing, and money could fill that up, all that money, all the houses, and all the the trips and the powerful people I knew, give me the satisfaction. Isn't that something crazy, right? With all that stuff,
yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't believe it,
It's lonely. It's an empty feeling.
Yeah, emptiness, man. God, was it that, awful. I broke my hand in '96 because we decided to go from kickboxing to boxing. And in my third fight, broke my hand. And then with Oxycontin, they gave me to actually, tear, tear out the pain, and I became addicted to that, So I find myself at the age of 30, don't want to, fight anymore, don't want to train, forget about fighting, but didn't want to train, get up and, I used to get up in the morning at 4 in the morning, go roll running, and then 8 hours, go to UCLA, train, and then, have to go to the training at noon and then box people, sparring, and then, all the way in the evening, then I got to do stretching, yoga, mobility, whatever. So, after I started taking this pain, whatever they call it, medication for managing pain,
Medicine.
I became addicted to that crap, and I don't know. I just lose the desire to train, lose the desire to actually, stay present. I just didn't want nothing to do with sports anymore. I got divorced. I got rid of my team, and I became very, very lonely. And then people notice me drinking a lot every day. They notice that I couldn't stop the drinking every day and the using of drugs every day. And they would tell me, "Dude, you're an alcoholic." I'm like, "No, man, leave me alone." I would drink down a bottle of tequila. Blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm okay. I'm a heavyweight. I can take it. But I have no idea what was wrong with me. until I find myself in a blackout. You know, a blackout where you lose track of where you
Yeah.
are and how you got there. You know, and you know, you would think, you in Manhattan and you wake up in Queens, right? That would be like a normal person. But I think God wanted to make a point to me. He wanted
Yeah.
to drive a point to to show me something that I didn't really wanted to hear. And so next thing I know, I'm fighting these people. I was in my bungalow in Gowan Studios down in Los Angeles, Hollywood, and all of a sudden, I'm in this place, dancing with this woman, and everything is insane. I'm just dancing or whatever, and a beautiful girl, and the boyfriend get upset. So I turn and knock out the boyfriend, hit him. And then I hit the poor with the boyfriend. Oh my God, what a mess. The bouncers jump out, this big ass, big dudes, trying to grab me, and I can fight. So I started swinging at people and kicking and punching, just like tearing heads off. Next thing I know, I'm upstairs, running up. I was inside in the bottom of this place, and I ran up the stairs backwards, punching and kicking at people. It's like whatever the hell I was in, that shit was good. Because let me tell you, I was swinging, and so I finally hit the store in his head, and I swear to God, it was like a dream or something. I was dreaming, I had no idea. And somebody hit me in the mouth, and then I realized, dude, this is not a dream. You gotta fight. So I lie in the ground, and somebody screamed, "Watch out! That's a trick! Run!" So they all, everybody run, and I'm like going after them, and in my craziness, somebody screamed, "I'm calling the police!" So when I heard the police, I'm like, they called running across the street, and there was the bay there. So I look in the bay, and said, "Where am I?" Oh my God, look at the Opera House in Sydney, Australia. Now I became very frightened. I know. Crazy, right?
I mean, you out in LA and didn't even realize you were in Australia.
In another continent. That's right. That's what's up. This is what drug does to you. Oh my God. So I became very worried.
Yeah, that was really a blackout.
Became very concerned, and so I thought to myself, why don't you calm down? Someone that I know were courteous enough to bring me to their place, they wash me off, put me in a plane next day, and I'm in LA, and I'm going to see my mom, and she's like, "Dude, you need to calm down. You've been missing for the longest time." And I told her what happened. She's like, "Okay, you need to calm down and, cut back on this drinking, man." It's like, you gotta, get a grip, But I figure, I got discipline. I know about willpower. You get it? So maybe, I know about going to the mountain to get it. So I can handle this. So as I promised her, and it's gonna be okay, Mama. I promise you and God, myself, I'm not gonna use, well, maybe the weekend or something. I thought I was, As soon as I got in the car, I made the phone call. But what was creepy about this is that as I'm making the phone call, I realized, wait a minute, oh my God, I don't want to do this. But I'm calling the person. I don't want to do this. And I'm buying drugs and I'm using drugs, and I'm like freaking out now. Okay, I'm possessed. I thought, by this demon or something. And I on and on and on. I could not control these things. Very scary. Very scary. So as I go to a church, I say, let me go to a church. So they said to me, if you receive Jesus Christ as your Savior, whatever, you're gonna be all right. You're not gonna use it anymore. Okay, so I did that. It didn't work. Okay, so I go I went to a priest. He said he does not circumcision. What's it called? With a cross in the holy water. What's it called?
The Hail Marys.
They did like 100 Hail Marys. El Padre Nuestro, you name it. It don't work. He came to the house. He exorcismo. That's it. the exorcism, okay, in the house, you know,
Okay, they
the
tried to do an
cross,
exorcism on you
and
to stop you from drinking.
okay, and
Wow.
it didn't work. Now she got worse.
Wow. It
Okay,
didn't
so
work.
they said to me, this, oh my God. So anyway, I ended up
Yeah.
going
Yeah,
down.
the
I
chemicals
went
are
down in. Look, I was scared for my own safety because I don't know why is it that I could not stop using. And I don't know if you relate to me, but I couldn't stop. I couldn't. And then they said to me, there is a curandero in Tijuana, you know. You go down there, give me $3,600 and a chicken, you're gonna be all right. So I'm like, okay, cool. I went down there. This shit was crazy. So,
Oh,
so I go knock on the door, the dude says, show up
that's
and say,
funny.
okay, a dude, hairy ass dude, like maybe 5 foot, 4 foot tall, small dude. And I'm coming to his place. I don't know who the people are. They had the house empty. There's a big giant tub in the front, like this iron top in the middle of the thing, a round thing. Take take your clothes off and get in there. So I was so determined to get this off my chest that I would do anything. And so I got in there, take off my shit, sit down on the top, and getting on the top, and then he started doing his thing. Is smoking the cigars and blowing, say like rum in my face and then smoke everywhere, and then take the chicken, and then stick the head of the chicken flames, not head, but stick it to fight everywhere, like blood splitting all over, like creepy shit, And next thing you know, he tossed the chicken in the garbage, and I look, oh my God! I said, dude, what? That was a fat chicken. That dude the barbecue, the chicken. Oh my God! I snapped out of it. Oh my God! So I went ahead.
So the chicken ain't work either, huh?
That chicken didn't work. Tell me, you name it. I went through everything. Oh my God! It cleaned me out. So he watched me.
Oh, man.
And I went back to LA and went and got toasted again. And so nothing worked, man. I remember this rabbi give me a blessing, And he said something very peculiar. He said that he cannot help me, but only God can. What? I didn't understood what he said. He said, you gotta have to go to the bottom of the barrel so you can understand this. And I was so pissed. I caused such commotion in the place. I kicked the people, literally kicked them. I lost my temper with them. Like, what do you mean you're not gonna help me? I was desperate, And they called the police, that was happening in Robertson at the Kabbalah Center in Robertson. And I knew these people, they were really, really amazing. They're having a spiritual program, but I did not understand why they couldn't, I don't get it. I didn't get it enough. They went ahead and called the police. The SWAT team show up, and now they're gonna shoot me, right? So I'm like, these two guys are distracted me, talking, whatever. And then I noticed this other guy walking very slowly from the side over there with a uniform, but no name, nothing in the uniform, just the uniform, bare uniform. And he has a 357 Magnum or something, a revolver, very powerful gun.
Oof.
So I recognized the gun, and the dude he didn't look like he's about to go play with me. He's about to take something. He's going to shoot somebody. And so I figured, shit, he better not beat me, shit. I put my hands up, I stood up, turned around, give my back to him, and I knew, I put my hands up and surrender on the moment, or you're going to get shot. And so I did. I put my hand on my neck, and they came and pepper sprayed me, they handcuffed me, and took me to this nut house place. And they gave me an injection to calm me down. The next day, I was calm, and they figured, you need to get out of here. So they kicked me out. And so it's extraordinary, that we need to do something about the system that is broken, because I got lucky, I got very, very lucky. I went to this gym, I passed the workout, I to ask my coach, please send me up to training camp. And, I need to, maybe I figure I thought in my craziness, if I go back to that space when I chop wood and run in the mountains, go to Big Bear, and I just stay away from all this noise in LA, maybe I can get well, And so I end up working out and then walk into the next door. There was a restaurant, the Empire. It's not there anymore, but it used to be there now. I sit down and I order some food, and this guy came and sat next to me. Look at him, said, one tooth left, thick hair, He started crying. He just started bawling. He's like, dude, come here. So I hugged the guy. Come here, man. He's like, what's wrong? What happened? What happened? He said to me, the love of my life passed away. Oh my God. So I started crying with him. We were crying, and I said to him, God has heard you. Wonderful place. I know this because I know where my mom gone. And I just give him a bit of an explanation of, the transition between, the earth and the heavens and how we don't die. We don't die. We live, while we live in the dark on the light, but we don't die, And we all are the children of God. Everybody is. And it's a time, time now for every one of us to discover that for ourselves. And then he looked at me with a surprised face and he said, oh my God, you know God? I said, yeah, I know God too. He said, you know God too? I said, yeah. His name is Paul. You can look him up. And he's a pilot from World War II. And Paul went to tell me how he was chosen by the Pacific Fleet of the United States when we're having the World War. And he was chosen to go and deliver the little boy, I guess it's called, into Nagasaki and Hiroshima in Japan. And I'm like, are you kidding me? He said, no. I'm like, please tell me what happened. Because I thought you died, right? I thought the dude died. I never knew the guy survived blast, right?
Right.
How do you do that? What happened? So he told me that they sent him from an air carrier, right? Airplane carrier. Closest point it could go. And he went over there. He find the spot. He dropped the bomb. And then he's supposed to go all the way through into China, but he decided to pull a U-turn. And he said that they hit him a couple of times, but the plane was reinforced such that it was able to take the impact, and he flew away. He flew very close to the water, he said, because he wanted to be detected by the radars or whatever. However, he said that he knew, that was it. The plane, he said, began to choke. So he's like, oh, well, God, if you're there, God, I want you to please forgive what we just did there and receive my soul. This is an act that we thought would be enough so that we can stop this senseless war. So please forgive us and take my soul. Or something like that. I'm paraphrasing what he said. The point is that after he said his prayer, he noticed an orange light begin to blink, signaling him that there is a land close by. So he did find the land, landed, and the American came and got him. So I thought to myself, I said, wow, this is like one of the most extraordinary conversations I had in a long time with someone. My God, how many people did this man?
So was Catalyst?
What?
Was he the one to help you? I was saying, was he one of the ones to help you?
He basically carried the message to me that God can forgive me too. Because look, how many people did the barbecue?
Wow.
Right? So from that moment on, I began I came to realize it. Wait a minute. Maybe God can forgive me too. And as I'm walking away from this conversation, my coach said to me, dude, I just found this pipe. Is this your pipe? And for the first time in my life, I became honest. Because I was telling people, no, my ex-wife was this, my kid did that, my managers didn't do this, it was your fault, everybody's fault, but I had nothing to do with anything. I would never take responsibility for my own crap.
Right.
Do you get that? And in that moment,
Mm-hmm.
for
Yeah.
whatever reason, I was moved to be honest, and it worked. And my coach looked at me and said, no, dude, you don't need to go to training camp. You got to go to rehab. I'm like, what? Rehab? They don't even sell alcohol there. Are you crazy? He said, you go to rehab, and that's and that's it. So you go make a
Gotcha.
phone call. You make a phone call right now, and he put it like that, or get out of here, never come back again. So I made the phone call. I figured, let me get off my feet, let me listen to these guys, and then just go. So they find me a table, a bed in the place. It's called Acton Rehab
Mm-hmm.
in Acton, in California, in the Mojave Desert. So I went there. The first 3 days, I slept. I remember well, slept. I was, because I was smoking crystal meth. I was smoking heroin. I was smoking marijuana. I was smoking anything. If I didn't have anything, I would roll you up and smoke it too. You get it? I, I
Yeah.
was
About
one
yeah.
sick puppy. Oh my God. So I
Gotcha.
remember
So
being super sick and shower a lot or whatever, and then finally on that Monday morning I catch a little snooze, rested for the first time in years, and then I end up I read that
mm-hmm.
um, some book there, spiritual book, and I began to realize what is it that I have. I have an alcoholism. I was maladjusted to life, in a full flight from reality, mentally defected. And I began to realize and open my eyes to what was possible. I was strictly sober in that moment. That happened June 24, 2005. And ever since that day, God have been with me, and we're building together a new me. I offer myself to God to build with me and to do with me as God wants. To relieve me, I ask God, please relieve me of the bond yourself, that I better do your will. Please, God, take away my difficulties, that victory over them may bear witness to those people that have help of your power, your love, and your way of life. May I do your will always. And it's been since June 24, 2005. I'm not finding it necessary to use drugs, drink alcohol, inject any heroin, nothing. Just drink water. I meditate
Gotcha.
every morning. I work out. I help
Yeah.
other people carry the message. I'm built from dependency to freedom, which is an organization that is designed to have people born in the space where they're free from depending on people, places, and things. And so my life is now
Got it.
dedicated to God's service here in the world, to make the world a sweet place to be in. That's my job. And I hope to create with you and everyone that join me this new way of life that has nothing to do with the past, but everything to do with
Right.
the next best thing happening in our lives.
Absolutely. I love it. So it sounds like, which takes us into the show topic, that you surrendered in 2005. You
Four,
surrendered and you
five,
really
five,
got
five.
the internal win. Because before you were winning on the outside and in sight of man, but when you really did that internal surrender and aligned yourself with God, that's when you got that inner victory and you're able to
Yeah.
help spread that message. So it takes me into my questions that I had for you. So what does winning mean to you? Like when you think about the word winning and the word surrendered, like what does that mean to you?
It's
How
a
would you
great
define
question.
winning?
To win is
Mm-hmm.
to actually gotten something. It's a blessing, really, and it's a blessing not just for me, but for everyone around
Mm-hmm.
me. yes, as well, including the person that is not winning. Also, there is a blessing for him too, That's the epitome of winning. Yes, I put my hands up because they're gonna shoot me down, right? It's a it's a form of surrendering, right? Surrender. But yet uh,
That's
I raise
right.
up, I raise up in another day. You see, and that is the point. Um, I almost got shot killed in that day, and simply because I I realized there's no way out here. I gotta let go, and so I put my hands up and I got on my knees and I listened for suggestions, for directions from them. They take me to this place where um, they treat people with a illness and mental illnesses, and then I end up in this rabbi place, and then um, from the rabbi place to the to the hospital there, and then from the hospital to my coach, and that brought me uh, to these men that carried the message of God, Paul, and from that me realizing, hey, you know, maybe there is something here for me. So surrendering
Right.
is basically pausing and letting go or limited ideas and opening my heart and my eyes to the possibility,
Mhm.
to what's possible right here, right now.
Yeah. You know what I noticed, and I don't think it's a coincidence. Like, do you realize that when the same position, like when you surrender, your arms are up. When people win, when they win ace or whatever, what is it? The
Uh,
arm up. And
so,
I can't get around that. I
wow.
think it's that God's way of telling us, like, I don't think that you can truly win without surrendering. I don't think that you really win without a certain level and degree of surrender. Your hands up.
Yeah.
And for you to get your hands up for that win, your hands got to be up. And your hands got to
Yeah.
be up to surrender. You got to put them up.
Correct.
And I just think that the two are tied together. And I started to surrender in my own life. And I noticed as I started hitting more milestones, it was more meaningful. I don't consider a lot of the what would be called early wins didn't feel like a win because it was empty. It wasn't fulfilling. It didn't feel the way I thought it would feel. So I could so relate to when you were talking about, all the trimmings and, what people said should make you happy. And, deep down inside, whether or not it's fulfilling you or not. And so I just think like it's great. Like on this side of things, it feels more like a win. You know that you're winning because you surrender. So that takes me into, we've already talked about, I was going to say our Waterloo moment, which is usually a challenge, but we've already covered, some of these challenges. Waterloo was like back in the day, Napoleon, that was like a challenging moment, in life for him. So I think we can move past that since we've already talked about it. So what would be, since a lot of young people tend to listen to the replays and really consume my content. So I always ask everyone, like, have this conversation. Think about the 12-year-old you or a 12-year-old person. What would be like 2 or 3 tips that you would give the 12-year-old you, like about living like victoriously or winning in life or surrendering? What would be a message, whether it be about health or just life? 2 or 3 things that you would tell the 12-year-old you.
Listening, listening, listening. Listen to your coach. Listen to your parents. Listen, listen, listen. Pause. Don't react. And listen so you can then respond. Listening create great reflexes.
I like that. Listen, listen, listen. Hey, I like that. All right. Now this is my fun segment here. I call this Boom Shakalaka. All right. I got to get some music on this. Hey, boom, shaka, shaka, shaka. So, boom, shaka, is you looting someone. That's what I call a portion of the show where we salute someone. So I'll go first with boom shakalaka, and then to tell me who you'd like to boom shakalaka. So I would like to boom shakalaka my daughter, because when I think back through the years of I was such a health nut. Like I was over the top, probably almost obsessive, compulsive about health through most of her life. And then once, I would say probably like around 2004, things got, challenging for me. Went through a depression and just a whole lot of stuff, and definitely was not living up to the things that I had been practicing and believed in as far as my health. And so I put on a ridiculous amount of weight. I just wasn't taking care of myself anymore. I was just working and just completely like neglecting myself. And I feel like even though I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do, she continued on with the things that I had poured into her early. She continued on the healthy path. She continued on those early seeds that I sowed in her life, and just seeing that she didn't allow herself to allow my example of falling off to stop her from continuing on the healthy path. And even in the midst of that, continue to encourage me. So I wanted to boom shakalaka, my favorite girl, Ashanti, my daughter. I give you a boom shakalaka.
There you go. Boom shakalaka.
All right. So who would you like to boom shakalaka?
I want to
And those
boom
of you
shakalaka.
who are tuning in live, type it in the chat. Who would you like to boom shakalaka?
I'm boom shakalaka my daughters and my son and my grandsons. Yeah. Of Mari, Pia, Madison, and Luca. Los quiero muchísimo. Joshua and Marcus, my love go to you. They're amazing people manifesting greatness in the world. I love you guys. And may God bless you constantly.
All right, I love that.
Also,
right.
I want to.
That's always
I want to add to my teachers, all my teachers, my trainers, and their staff, and my spiritual teachers, from the Kabbalah Center, Michael, and all the spiritual team over there at the Kabbalah Center. Also, I want to thank God, for all his effort, for all his love, for all the great things that he is manifesting in my life today. Thank you, dear. Thank you so much. There.
All right. Now that's a boom shakalaka for you. Those of you who are listening, I want y'all to drop in the chat right now. Some of you like to give a boom shaka too. So that takes me on to our next as we get ready to close out. A bit over our time, but that's all right. So what are a few books, if any, that you'd like to recommend, to our audience? I always like to leave people with actionable things that they can, seek out in their own free time, so I always like to recommend books, all right. So we're at that 45-minute mark. So always, recommend books for people. Have any books you would recommend?
I recommend to read the Torah in Hebrew. Spirituality. It's not religion. This is spirituality. Also, Think and Grow Rich. There is a big secret out there. And the secret is that we got to create our fund, from the earnings, the money that we earn. We want to make a fund that is a living fund. 10% of our earnings shall go into the fund and create money that will work for us. It's time to make money work for us. It's time to stop working for money. It's time to have us make the world that we love and live in it powerfully. So read Think and Grow Rich, and definitely the Torah, the 5 books of Moses.
All right. I like that. I like that. So I really always say Think and Grow Rich. So that's so the trend, Thinking Rich. So I thank you for those. All right. So I always like to ask people what are some like charitable things or causes they care about or that they're into. So are there any like charitable causes or organizations that mean a lot to you that you want to share with us? And I'll include the link when the episode drops, which will be this Wednesday coming. Episode will drop on YouTube, the Abundant Health Service channel, and I can put a link if there's an organization that you currently support or love. So if you could tell us, is there any causes?
I like the Wounded Warriors Foundation. I love the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and also love the From Dependency to Freedom Foundation.
All right. I like that. Give it one more time for those who may be away from their device and want to hear those one more time.
Wounded Warriors Foundation, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and From Dependency to Freedom Foundation.
All right. Thank you so much for those. So now, last but certainly not least, how can people connect with you?
Well, you can
online.
You can find me on Facebook, also in Instagram, and LinkedIn. There is a website coming up, soon, Alex Desir, the Volcano.org. You can look me up there. However, you can find me in Facebook, hands down, no problem.
All right, and I'll be sure to include the links. So make sure you forward those to me, and I'll put them also in the description box of the video of the episode when it comes. Dina says she's boom shakalaka, and me, I get a shakalaka. Thank you so very much. I just sweet see what the message says. Adina says she wants to boom shakalaka Shantae for consistently being giving the health tips and the news to the community in an understandable and entertaining way. Keep up the good work. It's not a thing. Thank you so much. Hey, I appreciate that. I got a boom shakalaka.
There you go.
So I definitely wanted to ring the alarm one more time to give you guys some of our reminders. It's really cool. All right. So Health Class USA will be Saturday, May the 7th at 12:30 p.m. Listen, if you need an accountability partner, there's a way to get me for free. I will be your accountability. I want you to set a goal for the month, a health goal, and I will hold you accountable once a month. Just one thing. You just pick one thing that you want to be held accountable for. But 12:30, I will be talking about adaptogens. I'm going to start with one. I'm going to give you a little teaser because I always like to leave out with the health tip before we leave. But the lesson this week, Health Class USA, America's shortest health class, is a 10-minute health class. I will be talking about adaptogens. How about that? Listen, I'm telling you, them adaptogens go hard paint. Listen, them adaptogens are better than the Texas Rangers, the Navy SEALs. What's the other? The Marines. What's their what do they call them? Man, the Navy SEALs, the Texas Rangers, one more. Is it the Delta 16, whatever? But them adaptogens are even better than that. That's how highly trained they are to go hard in the paint for your health. So I'm telling you, you don't want to miss Health Class USA, 12:30 Eastern Standard Time this Saturday, May 7th. You can get the link. It's already up on missw.org, missw.org. darling. All right. Then also, if you want a private session with me, hey, you can go on my site, abundanthealthservice.com. You can book that. Y'all know I am passionate about this. I am committed to helping people reverse hypertension, reverse heart disease naturally. You feel me? Return it back to sender. All right. And then guess what? On the anniversary of the I Have a Dream speech this August 2022, listen, Mabel's virtual health school will be officially open. Woo! Talk about a boom shakalaka. I am so excited. I cannot wait. So we will have live group coaching, live group classes that will be live taught. Okay, not just only digital stuff, but live taught on the day that Dr. King released the I Have a Dream speech, the March on Washington. So it's a meaningful time and moment. So if you want to get in on that, again, abundanthealthservice.com, you'll be able to sign up, limiting the registrations. So if you are interested or know anyone that may be interested, definitely check that out. So before I give you my closing scripture, I got to talk to you guys about turkey tail. Yep, gobble, gobble. I want you to understand how important turkey tail mushrooms are. Listen, you're talking about something that supports your immune system. Listen, it literally gobbles up the things, the toxins, things that we encounter in our environment. I'm not even just talking about like processed foods that you guys ingest. I'm talking about things that we encounter that we can't do anything about because we live in a modern society, because we live in a big city. You're exposed to all types of toxins that you really, truly can't do anything about, other than making sure that you utilize adaptogens. And when I tell you turkey tail is a bad boy, turkey tail is a bad boy. So you want to get your turkey tail, not just turkey tail. I know it's a whole lot of fake food companies out there make claim. That's why I call the show 1Hunnid Health. 4-Sigmatic. 4-Sigmatic. You know how Black people get excited. We start clapping our hands. I'm telling you, 4-Sigmatic is the GOAT. I'm telling you. If you talk about something that has legit, you got to spend on all the hours I researching this and trying and failing with all these different ones, because here's the thing. When you work with athletes, as I have, you got to be able to show up with for real. You got to have stuff that works for real. You can't be shucking and jiving because the results are immediate. The results are for real, or you're just going to get fired. You understand? We're talking about these are $1 million assets that you're working with. So you got to have stuff that actually works. 4-Sigmatic, the number 4, FOUR. Sigmatic is SIGMATIC. Turkey tail. I'm telling you, this is something that has an ingredient within it called quercetin. Quercetin is something that releases interferon. And let me tell you how bad interferon is. Interferon goes and seeks out parasites and things like that while you're sleeping and throughout the day. And check this out. Let me tell you how bad that this interferon is, which is why turkey tail is such a bad mamma jamma. Listen, viruses, when they come into your body, they're trying to go and have babies. You understand? Listen, interferon say, nah, like Mortal Kombat. Get over here. Listen, it stopped them from reproducing, like, nah, you ain't finna be doing the hoochie over here with nothing else and reproducing yourself, not up in here, virus. You got to go. You feel me? So I just had to, y'all know I like to have fun. Listen, that turkey tail is a bad boy. You need something that's going to adapt and go hard in the paint. And guess what? When they around here trying to replicate and have baby kids on you, listen, you need that turkey tail to be like, nah, cuz get up out of here, son. We're not having it. We're not reproducing you today. You ain't having no children in here today. You understand? Turkey tail. You can get it through Amazon. You can get it from 4-Sigmatic on there. I don't work for them people. I don't know them people like that. I'm just telling you about something that works. I have no kind of financial ties to them. They ain't paying me to say this. I'm telling you about what I use. You ain't even got to use it every day. You could do this once a week. You could just have it in your rotation. You say, hey, on Sundays, guess what? I am going to, that's the day I'm going to have my turkey tail. This stuff is so powerful. Like in the Middle East and China and East Asia, all of that, they use this cancer patient. Like, that's how bad turkey tail is. Like, this bad boy actually eats cancer cells Real talk. I take my word for it. You can look it up on the NIH. You go ahead on PubMed. This is something that's been thoroughly researched. Turkey tail. If you see a mushroom, it actually look like a turkey tail. I got the nickname turkey tail. So 4-sigmatic. Don't deal with them fake companies. I'm telling you, don't be playing. You don't play with no mushrooms. You don't no fake stuff. I'm telling you. 4-sigmatic uses a dual extraction process. So you're getting all the maximum nutrients. I'm telling you. I don't research a lot. So don't send me ask me about this, that, other company. I'm giving you one that's solid. If you want something else, then go and research them. I put the time in on this. I put the time in researching and observing and looking at them over time. So they solid. Get the turkey tail. It's $1.99 for the pack. $1.99. Or you could buy a box of it. I think that's like $36 for a full box. But you can get it from Whole Foods, $1.99 a pack. You can get it on Amazon. They even sell half packs. I think it's like 11 or 12 bucks. Get the turkey tail. Okay, I get off the soapbox. Get that turkey tail. Turkey tail. Turkey tail. All right, gobble, gobble. Your immune system needed. Anti-cancer fighting. Listen, it go hard in the paint for you. All right, so last but certainly not least. All right, I want to close with this particular scripture, and then I want to make sure that I give our guests an opportunity to give us any final thoughts. And 3 John verse 1 and 2 says, Beloved, I want you to put your name there. Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in every way and that your body may keep well, even as I know your soul keeps well. I hope your body keeps well. I want your body to keep well. So that's it for me. Mr. Desir, the Volcano, do you have any final or closing words that you want to share with the audience before we let them go? And if you guys have any questions, you can drop it in the chat or you can come off mute and ask at this time after he gives us his final thoughts.
I do. And I want to see if I can read this prayer for you. I'm going to share a prayer with everyone.
I knew I pulled it out for a reason. I wanted to show you what it looks like. This is the turkey tail. Sigmatic. Thank you for letting me know if I can see it. Got it. So turkey, you can get the coffee, or you can get just mushroom elixir version of it if you want. But that's how it looks. Don't get no knockoffs, no fakes, no bootlegs. All right, floor is yours.
I want to read this prayer called the prayer from the Ari. Ruler of the universe, the master of all masters, the father of mercy and forgiveness. We thank you, our God, and the God of our fathers, by bowing down and kneeling, that you have brought us closer to your Torah and your holy work. And you able us to take part in the secret of your holy Torah. How worthy are we that you grant us such big favor? That is the reason we plead before you, that you will forgive and acquit all our sins, and that they should not bring separation between you and us. And may it be your will before you, our God, and the God of our fathers, that you will awaken and prepare our hearts to love and revere you. And may you listen to the utterances of our answers and open our closed hearts to the hidden studies of your Torah. And may our study be pleasant before your place of honor, as the aroma of sweet incense. And may you emanate to us light from the source of our soul to all of our being. And may the spark of your holy servant, through which you reveal your wisdom to the world, shine. May their merit and the merit of their fathers and the merit of their Torah and holiness support us so we shall not stumble throughout our study. And by the merit, enlighten our eyes in our learning, as is stated by King David, the sweet singer of Israel. Open my eyes so that I see wonders from your Torah, because God from his mouth give wisdom and understanding. May the answers of my mouth and the thoughts of my heart find favor before you, God, my strength and my redeemer. Thank you so much for letting me share.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you so much for being a guest on the 100 show. Does anyone have any questions? You can raise your hand. You can drop it in the chat. Otherwise, we're ready to dismiss. This has been such a fun and great and insightful and encouraging episode. I feel like a winner. I feel like I'm ready to win even more now. Does anyone have any questions? Any hands raised? Anyone want to put it in the chat?
Hi, Shantae. This is Katrina. I'm sorry I came on speaker. I was driving when you was asking for us to drop I wanted to give you a boom shakalaka because I just appreciate you for always thinking of others and bringing the knowledge that you bring to the table. So I just want to say kudos to you, and also kudos for this segment that you have done. I also want to shoot your speaker today a boom shakalaka, and thank you for sharing your story. A lot of times when people are in trouble and they find God, they think that the trouble is supposed to disappear as soon as you find him, and they don't realize now you're going on a new journey to get to the place he needs for you to get to. So thank you so much for being so transparent and sharing your story the way that you did. It was very, very enlightening and much needed for such a time as this. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little shout out and a little kudos. And thank you, Shantae, for sharing, because I really needed to hear that about the turkey tail. And I made my daughter text it to me because once again I was driving. So I'm like, text this information to me so I can go on and partake in the turkey tail, because I love mushrooms anyway.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, I hate them. This is the only way I can consume them. I'm being so transparent. I know my sister Adina over there is laughing her butt off because she knows. Everybody know I can't stand no mushrooms, but I understand the benefits and I'm so grateful. So this means a lot. It's a big deal for me to share this with y'all. This I can actually do. I was like, I can drink it. I can drink it. So that's so great. I'm so glad to hear that. And I'm also going to have a link to it inside of the video when the episode drops on Wednesday as well. It'll be in the show notes section. So I'm super excited. I'm so glad you found value in today's show. So we're just trying to continue to grow it. And I'm so looking forward to the episode that you'll be on in December. So, and those of you, if you have not went back and heard the replay of Fighting to Become, I interviewed Miss Katrina. So thank you so much. Is there anything else? Is there anything else you'd like to say, Katrina, before we close out? Or is there anyone else that'd like to unmute?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you was asking for someone else. Thank you for the shout out. I appreciate that. And I also meant to congratulate you on August. So woo woo. When you said it, I was like, oh, woo woo. But I wasn't gonna be rude and interrupting. Come on. So kudos to you for all your hard work. Trust me, it will not go unnoticed. And I just want to send the blessings of the Lord to you and everything that you do and everything that you touch and where you tread your feet upon, that it is blessed.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Well, you guys, the clock on the wall says that's all. I am so delighted. You guys are welcome to email any questions you may have to wellsofwellness@yahoo.com. You can find Alex the Volcano Desir. He's online on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And we're going to play our little intro and we're going to head on up out of here.
Thank you.
You are now tuned into Miss Wells, America's Health Teacher.
Woo! Got the champ.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. You're
Thank you.
nice. I appreciate it. Hey. Hey.